So Zohran Mamdani won the primary.
He sure did.
You just wrote a book about political attention, and this was one of the most attentionally sort of remarkable and innovative campaigns I've seen.
Political attention.
Totally. So I want to hear the siren's call analysis of the Zohran Mamdani campaign.
So the first thing I would say about him is he genuinely came from nowhere. Like, I live in New York City and spend between 16 and 20 hours a day reading about and thinking about politics.
See, again, though, he was in the state assembly for his little district in Astoria, Queens. He was in government, but he was much more out of the national spotlight and more in the community-based government, okay? Community-based.
And like, I knew there was a Democratic Socialist Assemblyman named Zohran Mamdani.
Right.
I didn't even know he was running for mayor until he popped up in my Instagram feed or TikTok, right? So at one level, like, just to level set here, this is someone who had zero attention on him, who went from having zero attention to him to monopolizing attention in the race. And I think the way he did it was viral videos. The first time I've seen a Democratic candidate be totally native to the medium of our time, which is short vertical video in the algorithmic feed.
I want to play one of them here. This is one of the first times he came across my radar.
The Vanguard interviewed Zohran 4 years ago, okay? 5 years ago. It was during the pandemic when he was running for state assembly, okay? And yes, that is the wrong lesson. It's not about the vertical video. It's not about he went viral. He went viral because of who he is and what he was saying. He's a young guy who loves New York, who is in touch with New Yorkers on a community level and what they want and who they are. And then he said things that appealed to their needs and desires and how they felt about living there. Okay? And he wasn't just in touch with the people working at the 30th floor of Rockefeller Center or the people in the mayor's office or Kathy Hochul's fucking staff, right? Or the rich people up on the Upper East Side. He was in touch with the people running the halal carts, the people working in record stores, the people waiting tables, the bus boys at the fancy restaurants, right? The people working in the meatpacking district, right? You see what I'm saying? There's a big difference. Now, it's not just about vertical video. You could have Chuck Schumer do vertical video all day long, and that motherfucker isn't going viral, okay? You could have Eric Adams do vertical video or Andrew Cuomo walking around, hi, I'm Andrew Cuomo. That shit ain't going anywhere. It's not simple, I make this video and I make it go viral. No, you go viral if you're relatable. You go viral if you're a human being, a real human being that people can relate to. And they're like, yeah, I fucking connect with that guy. Oh shit, he's talking about the buses. Why are the buses so goddamn slow? Why can I not go anywhere here without needing to spend $1,000 on transportation? You know what I'm saying? Like the thing is when he started talking about buses, people that have been late to work because of the goddamn buses were like, finally, I feel seen. There's nothing like feeling seen, boss. I mean, he was in touch, but like these guys are like, oh, yeah, he was just really good on viral videos. They keep thinking that they can like viral their way to wins.
Right after the 2024 election.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to vote on Tuesday?
Yes!
And who did you vote for?
Trump!
The million-dollar question. Trump.
Trump.
Hillside Avenue in Queens and Fordham Road in the Bronx are two areas that saw the biggest shift towards Trump in last week's election.
Most of these people are working families. They're working 1 to 2, 3 jobs, and rent is expensive. Foods are going up, utility bills are up.
And that's your hope, to see a little bit more of an affordable life?
Absolutely. You know, Gaza, who should I vote? Either side will go ahead, send bombs from here, to kill my brothers and sisters.
You know, we have a mayor's race coming up next year, and if there was a candidate talking about freezing the rent, making buses free, making universal childcare a reality, are those things that you'd support?
Absolutely, he'd have my vote all day.
We need childcare that is affordable.
Let's go.
Buses should be free. The hike in the Metro cards is like totally unaffordable.
Yeah, dude, the Metro cards are insane, bro. Like, getting around New York is like expensive.
Zohran Mamdani. I'm going to be running for mayor next year.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Wow. And I'm going to be running on that platform.
I'm going to vote for you. Your energy is...
Thank you. My energy is getting up to inflation.
What struck me about that video when I saw it was you think so many politicians do communication in terms of what they are telling you. And a lot of what was fascinating about Mamdani's campaign was he turned the act of listening into a form of broadcasting.
Yeah, but dude, these guys are like, they're acting like, oh my God, that's so revolutionary. But like, dude, isn't that the job of the fucking politicians, is to listen? That's literally your goddamn job. Your job isn't to stand up there and say, oh, I'm going to save you. It's like, no, the candidate says, what do you need? And the people say, hey, this. We're tired of this. We're tired of this. The candidate says, oh, okay, I'm going to go do all that shit for you. Right? Like somewhere along the line, these guys, and maybe it's many of us, have gotten into this idea that the leader is supposed to like backpack everybody and teach them how to live or some shit. But the best leaders are the ones that take in the information. Representatives have become detached, like they don't even feel like it's their job to do what the people want anymore, right? They don't. It's like their job is, is some other loftier thing of like doing what the people don't know they want. And it's like, bro, that ain't your fucking job.
That's exactly what I found so striking about it. When I first saw the video, I didn't know until you get the end when he's like, I'm running for mayor. I was like, oh. And there's two things about it. One is the whole point is he's listening to people. And two, that is a very recognizable trope of this form of video. Right?
Mm-hmm, yep.
Like the guy on the street, like the infamous 𝗙់•𝗏𝗏 girl, right? Is because there's a guy walking around Broadway in Nashville sticking microphones in people's faces. This is an established genre. So
sure, using that genre of man on the street is presenting the content in a digestible way that people are going to respond to. But the fact that they think that that's the magic, I mean, that is part of the magic. Is yes, he even made the content relatable. He gave them content that they normally watch. You know why? The 𝗙់•𝗏 comparison was pretty wild because it's so reductive. But the thing that's crazy about it is I think Chris Hayes gives it away. Did you hear what Chris Hayes said? Chris Hayes said, I didn't even realize he was running for mayor until the end. Why did Chris Hayes get to the end watching this random guy do man on the street? Because man on the street videos are a genre that people watch. So yeah, Zohran Mamdani knew that this genre was something that people would watch. Whereas if, hey, I'm running for mayor, they would just swipe off. But sure, they're going to watch the man on the street that's really asking these intriguing questions. And then they find out he's running for mayor, right? Because he's delivering content that they're used to and they like, okay? So that is very smart, but that's not the only reason. If his message wasn't relatable, they wouldn't necessarily be viral. And yeah, dude, people do like him for who he is because he's fucking genuine. He really is genuine. He's a genuine guy. He believes in this shit. He's not faking. He's not out there saying some shit to get votes, right? He's not. He's not out there just trying to like win the leftists or to win the black vote or to get the fucking unions on his side, right? He's not being transactional. You see the Eric Adams video? Dude, the Eric Adams video was like, let me show you where to find handguns and cocaine in your kid's fucking bedroom. Remember that Eric Adams video? Oh, shit. Dude, the one where he's like pulls out the bag of cocaine that's like, dude, if your kid has that large of a bag of cocaine, you should just tell him, like, don't go to college, bro. You already have a bright future ahead of you as a fucking drug kingpin. He's got a sack of fucking blow that's like a fucking, like a hefty bag full. Dude. Oh, man. Dude, that's crazy. Isn't it funny? Like, Jesus.
Taking this established genre that has its own kind of like features and is familiar, and then he's doing this really innovative thing. I, as the politician, am not going to speak at you. I'm just going to put mics in people's faces and ask them questions. It's incredibly effective.
He is the first politician I have seen be native to the thing that is after what I think we think of as social media.
Yeah.
Right? So there are a lot of politicians, Donald Trump is one of them, Bernie Sanders is another, who in a way they were very dominant on Twitter, on Facebook, on a kind of mostly text-based, high engagement, social sharing era of media. And the thing that's come after it with TikTok, on Instagram,
video,
more on X too, is much more algorithmic, right? You can come out of nowhere much easier, and very visual, vertical video, not primarily text-based. Zohran was not dominant as a figure in like text on X.
No.
It was videos, it was visuals, it was the graphic design in that campaign was beautiful.
Yeah,
the
there's
colors,
a great
like,
New
the
York
whole
Magazine
thing.
piece about this.
And
he's a handsome guy too, I gotta say. I'm just
great smile, always in a suit.
Dude, look at this. They're talking about the graphic design. They're talking about the dress. They're talking about the way he makes content. They're talking about listening, but they've not at all said, well, his message. You see how the message, are they even going to get to it? Is there going to be at any point where they're going to say like, and also he happened to be really talking about things that the people wanted, the people needed, right? The policies. I mean, these guys, though, it's hard because these guys don't want socialism, because socialism would mean they'd have to share some of their riches, and they don't want to share their riches. Let's be honest. Now, I'm gonna give them, though, that the shit they're talking about is not wrong. Okay, he is good at vertical video. He is good at using the type of media that relates to people, and so they're not wrong. I mean, they're definitely nailing some shit, but they're also nailing it as if some other candidate could just go in there and make fucking vertical videos, man on the street, like Zohran Mamdani did, have a good graphic designer and wear a nice suit, and then all of a sudden you're going to go viral and you're going to win campaigns. And it's like, no, not if it's not real. But you can, though, you can go like use algorithm and TikTok to get that notoriety, though. You don't need the $35 million that Andrew Cuomo has. And this is a big thing. If you have a good personality, you have a platform that connects with people, and you know how to live in front of the camera, and you're good at algorithms, you could build a name for yourself running for office without the Democratic Party or the Republican Party or their big super PAC money. And that is a message for all of us to take, that like we can do it too.
Right, so highly recognizable outfit. I mean, he was very visual. Like there was an incredibly consistent visual grammar.
Totally.
Right? There were very certain filters on most of his videos. And then when he would do more, like videos about more intense subjects like ICE, they would take those videos, those filters off.
Yes.
Or make a starker one, right? His mother is, right, like an amazing filmmaker.
Exactly.
Right? The visual, like his sense of film and visual grammar was very, very, very strong.
Like, the guy can talk.
Yeah.
He is a very talented communicator. So I don't want to overstate the degree to which the medium is determinative. Like, you could make short form videos and they wouldn't work as well unless he's got Riz. Like, he just does.
Look at him. He's He's like,
I think
he's like, I have no Riz. He's like, he's like sitting there. I wonder what it's like to have Riz. I wonder what my life would be like if I had Riz. Oh shit, dude. There's no abundance of Riz happening here.
The thing that's so wild about it, though, is that there's a perfect pairing between that charisma, that way of communicating, with the form that he used, and then the fact that the algorithmic social media means a thing can blow up.
And I don't think you can even talk about the Mamdani one without also like what his foil was. Andrew Cuomo and Zohran Mamdani were perfect foils for each other.
Totally.
Like you could not have scripted it better. And Cuomo had this gigantic super PAC behind him. And there was this real sense, I mean, correctly so, from any sort of normal rules of politics, that how is Mamdani or anyone else going to climb uphill against the amount of attentional artillery that super PAC could and would buy?
See, now they're also saying he's a good speaker, which is true. He is a good speaker. But are we ever going to get to the policy at all where, oh, yeah, it's his policies really resonated with these people? What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.